Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again. Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation.
That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
How do? Friday evening, how you doing? You okay? Hope you're all okay. So, what we up to today? This evening? We're carrying on with this number 54. I say that because I streamed for 55 minutes the other day and had no luck with it. I had to abandon it, I was so tired. So, and nothing much happened, so I ended up just deleting it. So here it is again. I've gone ahead and done a few little pieces off screen. We've got the digits working now, so anyway, without further ado, let's just see what we got so far, and I'll run you through a few little changes we've made. Okay. So I'll just hide this a minute and bring it up from the actual program. So anyway, this is the executable. What I've done since the last one, I've moved this from here up to there, moved the 5 watts up to there, changed these very slightly, added a noise blanket and digital noise reduction, and moved that to there, the fine, changed it from fast to fine. So we have got to reverse the logic on that. And I've introduced into it the same VFOB frequency digits as the main one. And is that about it? I think that's about it. Other than trying to add some extra stuff, I'll put tune on there as well. Doesn't do anything yet, but it's just mimicking this row that goes on this FT710. It does all the same stuff. Anyway, so what we're going to do today, I'll show you the digits. You ready? So I'll just go into this from boot up into waterfall mode. And where do you want to go? So we can go band. You can do span and speed, and you can go mode. Okay. So now we can do something wonderful like click it there, go to 0, go to 7, and go to wherever you want to go to. Let's just go 50. That's it. And that is reflected in the radio straight away. So we can go lower side band. We can't click wattage yet, but we can go down here and do wattage. But I think we need to bring up that wattage at some point. And we can unmute our volume. And then our RF gain. Turn up the volume. We got someone straight away. So if they're too squeaky, do we go back? And it's sat between the channel, look. We can switch to level and back again and then up the level and do a sweep. Oh, we've got a bit of activity. Chris Anderson, KE9END. How are you doing? Afternoon, Dave. How's it going? I've been a little busy with work and 13 colonies thing here. 13 colonies. Right, don't know what that is. Anyway, welcome. I've had a bit of success with the digits, so we can go to any frequency now very quickly. Yes, I got it working. Yeah, it's great now. It's yeah. I did a live stream and went for 55 minutes. I was so tired and exhausted, I just had to close it. And because I had no success with it, I thought I'll just delete it and start it again. So this is that same one again. But I did a little bit of work offline and moved a few things around. A USA thing every July. Got ya. So anyway, welcome back again. So before I couldn't click on these. Well, I couldn't change the radio, so I had to go to the band. I still need to make that switch to the right band. So we go here. You can tune as normal. So you can change the frequency now on the count. Yeah, I'll show you. Ready? Let me just find someone first then. Oh, I know why we're not getting it. Yeah, switched. We were in off the sideband mode. So basically, say if I want to go to 7 megahertz now, or 40 meters, I just click that, go to 0, click that, go to 7, and then I'm there. It's reflecting in the radio, and it automatically changes the channel as soon as I leave. As soon as I click in, it goes orange. As soon as I leave, it changes. So it actually changes while I'm there as well. It uses but then it automatically deselects it when you move out. Nice. And I've also changed the VFO-B because it was a font, and I've changed it to the same smaller version. So we can change that one. Obviously it's not changing anything. But what it's changing, the VFO-A in the memory slot number 2, or memory slot 1, 0 based index. So we can preempt it and move it to where we want. I think I'm going to make it do FM and all sorts. I don't know, at some point. But anyway, we can have as many VFOs as we want. But I haven't implemented that. It does change it. It doesn't do anything though at the minute. So this one, let's go to 29. So I'm not going to even click band. You could click band, but I'm just going to go like this. 1, 2, 29. Go to the call frequency. And FM. That's it. Oh, I've got to change the VFO to squelch. So at the minute this is still doing RF gain, but we're not using the RF gain. See how it's the squelch we need to adjust now. So I'll just mute that for a second. Next thought, can you get the waterfall to be real time? Or is that radio even capable of that? So the waterfall, we can do stuff with the waterfall, but it's a simulated waterfall. So hello Andy, welcome mate. Oops, can't spell this today. Welcome, Andy. Yeah, so I did a bit more off screen and got the digits working now. So, yeah, we're going to do more with the waterfall. We're going to do some coloured stuff. This is just a basics. It's not doing a lot at all. So when I let me go back to USB. Alright, let's go back to something we can. Well, let's have a go on 20. Yeah, this is actually changing. We're on USB. Now, what I want this to do is while you're idle, it goes and fills it in. It just sweeps, and I've thought about sweeping like bar to bar, then next time go to that one, then that one to that one, and that one to that one. So at least it fills up adjacent first, then widens out. I know the radar doesn't have a waterfall, and this scope has sucks. Yeah, the original scope is not much use on it. I suppose they ran out of memory, or they didn't bother to implement it much more. So we can raise the level. We can alter the level there, the decibels. We can do a force a sweep. Let's go to, where should we go? Let's try 18. Don't know what's there. So what I need to do as well is be able to click on here and it take you to it. Or, hey, I tell you what would be nice. This would be nice, wouldn't it? If you could drag that back to where you want it as well, or just click. Imagine if you could click that yellow marker and just drag it where you want it, let go, and it takes you to the frequency. Because then you could, or you could just click on it, but you could drag that and it'd actually change the frequency and follow it as you're dragging. That would be great. The scope was the main reason a lot of folks sold their 891. They felt it was too hard to find activity, yeah. Ooh, let's get rid of that noise. Let's go to 14. Yeah. Like an FT1 or GX2. Yeah, I mean, I've got, like I say, I've got the 710. I think you said you got, is it the DX10 you got? Something like that, if I remember right. Let's just mute that a second. I just want to make sure the audio's okay. I've got, like I say, yeah, the audio's okay. Yeah, so this is just us playing around with it to start with. Both do that. You can click on the spot and yeah. Well, the capability to do a proper spectrum scope like the Icon or the Yaesu, it's a different kind of technology. It's like, yeah. See, the only control we got over the cat control is send it to a frequency and read the meter, what it reads there. That's all we can do, really. Unless you wanted to be clever and get the microphone to pick up the voice and be clever and try and tune to it. But I'm not that bothered. I mean, what it's about finding them. So I can make this sweep. Now I can give it certain algorithms of sweep. But while I'm on a frequency, I want it to periodically sweep left to right, just to see if there's anything around me. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got to cover a certain amount of span, is what it is. Yeah, so the 891, the great little portable radio. I've never been portable with it yet, so I'm going to go portable with it this month. So you might be able to catch me down near a beach south of England, not far from Andy actually. Not far from Andy. I don't think it's too far from Andy. I'll have to look on a map. But so I've got 20. What have I got? I can't remember what I got now. 20 meter and 40 meter Ampro. And would it preclude you from transmitting? What sweep in order? A sweep in order to make it useful. What kind of resource usage? Yeah. The UI, anything to do with the UI is you can do as much as you want with a Windows thing. Now we can do 65, I call it frames per second. Well, basically it's sending 65 commands and receiving 65 back every second. So basically I can sweep half a kilocycle. When I do a sweep, it goes half a kilocycle at a time. That's why that digit's moving. But you could make it 1 kilocycle, 1k. So, well, kilohertz cycle, the same thing, is it? Right. So, but I have noticed when we do a scope scan, when we're looking for stations and we do a scan, how do we do that now? So if you scan 40 meters, oh, we've got it muted. Yeah, you can still scan while you've got the audio off, see? So let's put the audio back on. Let's do another one. You can turn the volume up if you want. So when you go down these frequencies, try and find somebody. Probably we should have done 20 meters. So when it's you can only do the radio. What these cat commands are, that it's more of a request. You're requesting the radio to do something. If it's it's sort of like two layers. There's like it's like a registry. You send information to the registry. It decides when it picks the information up and if it acts on it. So there's an intermediary, must be like a registry area or something. You give it a command and it doesn't necessarily say it's going to do anything. You're sort of requesting it to do stuff. Although it will do it, but if it's transmitting or something else, it's not just if you're transmitting it. I don't think it's going to go and change the frequency until you let go, or it might not even answer you. There's all sorts of hidden stuff inside the cat command. It doesn't detail it. You'd have to talk to the designers. Need someone to talk to the designers of the cat command. And like I said last time, I think it's there to. I think it's there. Basically, they started doing it probably to test their radios when they build them, to automate the testing. I don't know that for sure, but I'd say that's why they introduced it first. And some people, well, there's probably some early versions of it in older radios, because they'd run it through like a burn test. They'd set up whatever it is. Might just even be like some kind of EEPROM device that sits there and it plugs in. The users on the line, wherever they're producing them, they just plug it in. I used to do a similar thing years ago, working at NEC Technologies. the Japanese company, used to build, or not build, troubleshoot dot matrix printers back in the day. And they wouldn't plug a computer in, they just bring a little box with an EEPROM and a little, some kind of microcontroller, probably a Z80, and it would just print some test data. So similar kind of thing, they'd just have a thing with a preset load of tests. They'd be setting the power levels, you know, you'd be going to the RF power that it would transmit. It'd probably have some kind of dummy load or something that measures certain power rating, and it would go through the settings and it would log it, and if you was able to get your power range and switch in quickly enough, you know, then if it was able to sense whether it's, you could basically, it's great for a diagnostic tool. So if I say to it, change to FM, right, then I read, this is actually reading every second, it's reading the mode and setting it to FM. Let's put it back again, it's noisy. Or, you know, all the other modes. That's the RF gain, stopping that. So because you send it a command, it answers back. You can test almost loads of stuff. So there'll be some stuff in the cat commands that I would have thought. Let me just mute that one. Let's bring up the cat command. Let's just have a quick look at the cat commands. But I reckon there'll be something in there that doesn't actually, hang on if I can find it. Where is it? Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Right, so there'll be something here that doesn't make any sense for anything. Let me just turn that off. Oops, why have we got loads of stuff going on? Oh, I must have opened it twice. Yeah, so basically I'm only using a handful of cat commands, but if we just go around at random and pick one, of course we're going to get to all the usual stuff. Memory write, channel, that's MX, MOX set, so I don't know what that is. Narrow, so we'd like to be clicked to narrowband. Noise blanker status, noise blank. This is all good stuff. What we'd put in we haven't put it in yet, but we'd have to build opposite band information. Right, what is this opposite band information? Regular memory channel, VFOB. So it's, when they say opposite, they mean VFOB. Clarifier direction. See, it's all in there. There's like a whole packet of information about everything to do with radio. Offset, repeater shift, preamp. Oh, the IPO. Yeah, I wondered where that was. Yeah, so we can set that similar to the 710. Need to put that in actually at some point. So when you got your 710 in normal non-expanded mode, you got your ATT off, IPO, it's on amp 1, digital noise filter off, AGC auto. So you could make that up basically. You could use that IPO to say whether it's on 1 amp or IPO. We've got 2 amps with the 710, but then you've got playback, power control, speech processor level, PL, power controls your watts, speech processor. But I'm sure there's stuff down here that doesn't make, maybe there isn't, or maybe there's some commands it doesn't list. They're in, you know, test commands. I don't know, but I'm sure the amateur radio guys would have found the extra ones by now. QMB store, so we'll need that at some point when we want to store to the quick memory bank, but it only stores 5. So what you could do is store it to the computer's memory bank and then shift them in and out. Recall, quick split, I don't know what that is. RF attenuator, RF attenuator, where's another one? clear, clarifier clear, clarifier down, RF gain, radio information. So that's what I'm reading that to find out if it's... Oh no, that's not the right one. It returns with a 710. So noise reduction level. So here's some RL, noise reduction level. So don't know what that is. You can set it and read it and write it. Read meter, you can't set read meter, you can only read it and you get the answer from it. Radio status, normal, whether you're in menu mode or normal. Don't know. So you can't set it, you can only read what mode your radio's in. So that would probably be, I can't think of a use for that at the minute, but that's probably just seeing whether the menu's working, or I don't know. RX clarifier plus offset. Right, so you can set it, you can't read it, you can't answer it, you can just set the receive clarifier plus offset. Right, that's a weird one. Scan, you've even got a scan. Scan on upward, scan on downwards. So there's a command to try. Scan. Don't know what it does. No idea. Well, it's obvious what it does, but I've never seen it do a scan. SD, CW break-in delay time, width. Compute edited. Right, what have we got here? Some extra commands. S meter reading, squelch level. Actually, when I'm in FM, I need to swap the VFO, not the VFO, the RF gain to do squelch instead, because at the minute if I go into FM I can't control the squelch from my knob. It'll be easy because my software already knows which mode we're in, so it needs to switch to sending and receiving volume RF gain level to squelch level. So we've got that to sort out. Should be very easy. Split. So we can do split on and off and up 5 kc. So that kind of stuff's interesting, because say if you had some annoying person on the frequency and you, I don't know, you wanted to do something, so you could synchronize shifting, but yeah, it's probably not a good idea. More experimental stuff, but it's the kind of thing you do on a CB radio years ago. It's shift frequency. You could say, you know, like they do in Star Trek or Voyager and that, they get, there's someone battling them and they say, well, switch to pattern delta or whatever, evasive maneuver delta or beta or whatever. The next thing you know, the starship is flying all over the place in a certain pattern. So you could, if you could somehow synchronize the time, you could probably do it off network time protocol if you all get onto the same server, and at a certain point during this QSR it automatically switches everyone's split to a different, or channel to a different area, you know. So don't even know if it's legal, but you'd have to you know, you'd have to see if the channel was clear, obviously, somehow. That's the only thing. I mainly use my 8914 CB lol. It's installed mobile. The only actual HF it gets is when I sit still in the truck. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, I don't know what your CB is like over in the States, but in the UK, you've got some people on that have been on since 1980s, early 80s, diehards, and they're just real ruffians, and they swear and curse and blind and drag the hobby down, you know. That's one of the reasons I went off it so many years ago. and went into amateur radio really just to carry on with it without having to listen to, you know, all the don't see the reason for it myself, but yeah, they drag it down. So I don't know, round by us anyway. It's not that bad, it's not as bad, but you know, if you're listening to the call channel, you're more than likely going to hear some swearing, you know. So yeah, it's not good. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird setup. It's a weird thing. It's unlicensed and trash, but when you're driving across the state, it comes in handy. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we have. What we need in the UK is when we had a power cut. I told someone this a couple of years. Last year we had a power cut, and the year before, and it was out for a few hours. And because everything's internet based, so your internet's gone off, everything's gone off, and you're stuck there not knowing what's going on. You can't even get your TV on. So last time I did it, I picked up my handheld. Let's have a look which one it is. It's this one here, Radtel 950 Pro, and I put it around at different frequencies trying to see what was going on, if anyone knew. Nobody knew. There's no one to talk to. There's no channel to go on where you could all go on and find out what's going on. There's nothing. So, you know, bit of a pain. Bit of a pain. It's a shame. It's got potential, but it's not being used, I don't think. There might be some channels. Is there an emergency ham radio channel 3, 6 something on don't know what frequency or band? Don't know, but it's not really that kind of if you went on and said, "Oh, my power's gone off," they'd probably say, "This is for emergencies only." That's not an emergency, you know. What you want is some information, you know. But I don't know if it ever existed, but someone needs to broadcast. Oh, we all got all the, yeah, I don't know. Everything's changed. Everyone uses phones, but the phone is no good if the network is down. The CB in the States is mainly where are the cops or of there is a traffic backup. Yeah. Yeah, your truck drivers will probably use them in the UK. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of them use it anymore. They got their sat navs now. It tells them on the sat nav. You know, it tells them they see red areas. Well, in the UK, mostly the motorways, they're all red anyway. It's a laughing joke. It is. Whenever we go on the M6, well, you've got to be a mug to go on the M6. If you want to get home late and be stuck on the motorway without, you know, if you haven't got any water on board or something, if you want to be stuck with no way off and trapped, you just go on a motorway. And if you got better sense, try and avoid them like the plague. But you know, nightmare. You can just sit on them and you can just be stuck. More serious stuff like power outages, whatnot. We use UHF, UF, ultra frequency. Right, I don't know what that is. UHF, is it? Yeah, so like I said, I went on during a power outage. It's the only thing I had with a battery in it, you know, charged up that I could try and talk. Apart from phone up, I mean, you're going to phone. It was late at night. You're not going to phone anyone. It's just, and you listen to the local radio, and there's no mention of a power outage. The power outage was like just about, I don't know, 1,000 houses or something. So they're not going to. It doesn't affect them. PLL unlock status, right? Okay. That's a good one. The phase lock loop unlock status. Can't set it. You can read it you say read, and it comes back and answers you with P1. 0, it's locked. 1, it's unlocked. I suppose if you're out of band, if you're out of your band, and you're not, it's not been Mars modded or anything, it might return that. The main thing is where the cops are for CB. No one actually follows the speed limit. Oh, okay. Yeah, well they got trackers in the vehicles here. They got everything, trackers, tachographs, and all sorts. Yeah. People used to listen in this country. They used to listen to police frequencies going back in the day. They've encrypted them and all sorts, and they probably just use mobile phones. So. Yeah, I don't think it's a thing anymore. But just to see what was going on, right? Really, basically. I suppose if we could have listened to them again, we'd have probably found out that all the emergency services like fire or rescue, whatever, they might have said, "Oh, there's a load of 1,000 houses up without power," but I don't know. Yeah, there's no cohesion. Oh, not here. Oh, right. So the trucks haven't got any tachographs in. Right, it must be a EU thing. Yeah, they have to. They limit the drivers to how many hours they can drive. They have to have brakes. They have to have brakes within a certain time of each other's brake, and they're supposed to stop driving. If they can get done, their gaffers can get done if they drive over their hours and things like that. Last week we had to go to Cleveland, Ohio from our Q2H. About 280 miles, right? Made that trip in a lot shorter time. Ah, yeah, yeah. Than it should have taken, yeah. Yeah, sometimes if you, well, it's just cameras everywhere now. There's cameras everywhere. There's some small stretches where you can put your foot down, but really, the cameras are AI based now. They're tracking you. They track you. They can work out. The trouble is that the roads are that congested here that I don't get why they say, "Oh, you were doing so many miles an hour." I said I was between that camera and the next one, but then it took me 4 times as long to get to my destination because the traffic was rubbish. So anyway, truckers are limited by duty hours, but speed is not logged. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, see what out of them in it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a funny lot. There's no facilities in this country for truck drivers. You go to France and that, I believe there's toilets and facilities. Here you have a service station that thinks you're an executive out in for. If you stop for a meal, you're going to get you're not going to be able to enjoy your meal. The price would be that expensive. You're not going to enjoy it. So the last place we go when we're on the roads, driving around in our vans, is a service station. We go to use the toilet, and that's it. I'm going to get the hell out of there quick. The price is ridiculous. Yeah, crazy price. Everything's expensive in the UK. We won't be able to live here soon. We'll have to move. The best thing we could do is go to France and smuggle ourselves back on a boat, throw our passports away, and they'll give us all the good stuff then. People who live here for all their lives, they don't get anything. They don't get looked after or nothing. It's terrible. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. They go on about entrepreneurs, but I don't see diddly squat from our government. and they come down on you like a ton of bricks. You can have big corporations that owe hundreds and millions of pounds in taxes. You owe them $1 in taxes, they're coming for it. They want it. They want it. So yeah, that's the way it is. And they keep on about they want to support small business entrepreneurs, but in reality they don't want you. They don't want you at all. Right, so we've got, what's this? Up. What does that mean, up? No explanation. Up. I suppose what it's going to take you up what? Up a digit? What the hell is that? Up cat command. Unlock the phase lock loop unlocked. Vox delay. See, there's all this stuff here. Zero in, that's for the CW. Is that the end of it? Well, that's the end of it. Oh, how rude. So there's got to be some hidden ones. I'll tell you what we should do one day is just go through the alphabet, make an algorithm. I'll tell you what, should we do it? Shall we have a go at that? I was reading an article. Oh, hang on, they are starting to put cameras up in cities, but here nowhere near as prevalent as in Europe. I was reading an article this morning. A guy wasn't breaking any law in the UK, was just recording a video. The cops threatened him and arrested. Was just recording a video. The cops threatened him with arrest for any crime that may occur because of him recording. Right. Well, in a public space in the UK, if you're in a public space, you've got no something for privacy. You can't do. I forget what they call it now. Yeah, if you're in a public space, you've got no. I don't know what they call it. You can't have your privacy. You're out in a public space, basically. That's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not. But it's getting bad. So I reckon to get this theory going, no right to yes, no right to privacy in a public place. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's it. I filmed it in a car boot sale once. I was going around the car. I think I put it on my channel. Going back a few years, I was around a car boot sale and I was just looking for retro computer stuff, basically bits and pieces, and most people are okay, they have a talk to you and that, and the odd few they don't like you filming. They go, what are you filming for? Why are you filming? They probably don't want to, you know. I'll just say I'm filming for those who can't get to the car boot, so they can see, you know, have a look, see what's around. Get, you know, they're stuck in, if they're disabled or something, they can't get out. Anyway, some people don't like it, so, you know, I get a few funny things. But the bloke who organised the boot sale, he said, just ignore them. They've got no right to privacy in a public place. So I don't know. Anyway, God knows. So I reckon if I write an algorithm that just puts the read command like character semicolon, and waits for see if there's any response. Because yes, I think we could do that. We write an algorithm, we'll get Gemini to help us, and we'll just go through all the cat commands, starting from AA, starting from AA. We'll start from AA and we'll go to ZZ. Let's do it. So I will share. Hang Hang on, where's me thumbnail gone? Let's put the thumbnail back. What we'll do is we'll oops, hang on, let's open up we'll get Gemini up on it. I'll show it what I've got to do a cat command call, because I'm not going to, right, it's going to answer me back, isn't it? So what we want is a raw response back, because we don't know what it's going to give us. So what we'll do, I'll go in Gemini. Gemini helped me sort that digit out anyway. Only today. Right, so C# Windows Presentation version framework 4.8 cat commands. Right, so I need to show it what I've got. So we'll issue a cat command. Some more work I was doing, hang on. Right, so somewhere, where's that gone? What have I done with that? I've lost it now, haven't I? It's got to be here somewhere. Can you see a cat command anywhere? It's got to be here somewhere. Mode change. Okay. Oh, that's for something else. No. Somewhere here I wrote it today. Ah, I think it's at the top. Windows. Where is it? Where are you? Here it is. Right, so if I send a cat command like that, so what I'm going to do is tell it, right, cat commands, I want to discover some hidden cat commands. So I want to generate a algorithm okay, give me the right spelling, algorithm, that sends a read like RA right from AA to ZZ. Go for it, Mr. Blooming Brains. Brute force or discover hidden cat commands. You'll need a systematic way to loop through all two-letter combinations. Yes, I know. Since cat commands usually expect either a read request, to read the frequency, la 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 la. Here is a clean asynchronous C# method. Right, cat command discovery. Okay. So, right, okay, we'll copy that. Where are we going to put it? Where shall we put it? I think we'll just put it, tell you what, I'm just going to put it on its own in the main thing. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll replace, no, we'll put it here. I'll put it there and we'll console. Where's the N? Right. Okay. I'll do a console, right? Okay, any more consoles? Yeah, there's one. Discovered. Response. Is that it? Yeah. Send, so it doesn't... Full command, right. Okay, no. 2. Why is it coming up like that? The call is ambiguous between the following methods. Yeah. Okay, so it needs... Right, so we can't send a null. So what I'll do is just take that out of there. Nope, that's not going to work. So get the cat command up again. Right, there's 3 methods that do overloaded for the same thing. Right, so the send cat, opcode and the values, and then we've got opcode. That's it. So we just delete. So that would work. Sends the command opcode. Right, so we just get rid of this bit. Right, it's not liking it. Why not? Cannot assign void to a implicitly typed variable. Cannot assign void. Oh, it was waiting for a response. You ain't gonna get a response like that. None of them got that in. So we're gonna have to get rid of that. So issue the cat command. You won't get a response. So what we'll have to do? How are we gonna do this? Yeah, we just got to read it back. Await. Yeah, we don't get a response back. We can send it, but then we've got to read it back ourselves. So you won't get the response there. You've got to get it back in the main incoming. So there's no point doing a try catch there. Forget the try catch, and probably will try catch it in the response down here. Await task delay 50, we don't need that. Right, so we'll copy that, cut that out of there. Right, so we don't need that. Yeah, we'll wait 50, although this does it automatic. We don't need that because we do it. Our cat command does it automatic. There, look. Right, so we got that. So all we need now is to go into the cat command and go onto the incoming, handle incoming data. So we're doing all the other stuff. We'll switch off the thing. So we'll be in main mode. Should we be in a different mode? Hang on. So it's going to do all this anyway. So what we need to do is switch off the outgoing one. Yeah, switch off outgoing. Handle incoming data, so we get incoming. Process incoming radio data. Right. go to the definition, try get value pros, so it won't be able to do the opcode. So all we need is the raw string back. Right, so we just need a temporary thing in here. Process the radio incoming data, try and get the value. It won't get it, or if it will, it'll do whatever we said. If not, else we'll do this bit. You won't get a response, but the opcode is that now. Okay, so we need a try in there. Try, and then an opening brace. And we need to push that lot over to there. And so we've got our try catch, that needs to come back over to there, and so does this one. Catch some exceptions, and we need to just fill that one out there. Oh, we seem to have an extra one. Got an extra one there, so get rid of that. Right, command. So it doesn't know what the command is. Reply. So the opcode is that raw string. Actually, we don't want the raw string, we want raw radio data. Is what we want. We just want to see what it's sending back. So raw radio data. Oh, hang on. Opcode, so that. White space. So reply string is raw radio data. Right, reply string. So the command. I don't have a command. Discovered command response. Okay. No, we're not going to do the command bit. Error testing, so to take out command. Take that out of there. And take that out of there. And it's gonna have to come out with a response. Take command out. There we go. Right, so is this going to be any good? Right, so we don't really need two string, right. Okay. Okay, so let's give that a go. Right, what is going to happen? I don't know. Let's try it. As long as we don't do a transmit. We're on 5 watts anyway. So build succeeded, let's run it. Can we find any... that's no good yet because we haven't actually ran the command. So we need to run the command. How we're going to run that? Let's do it from one of our buttons. Let's do it off rig. Go to the definition. So we're going to do it do it off this, and we'll just return. Doesn't know anything about that for some reason. Not awaited. Right, okay. Await. No, it's not. Okay, so we need to do async. Okay, let's just get rid of this a minute. Right, so we don't need the return anymore. Okay, so let's just run it up and see what happens. See if we can see any responses coming back from the radio. So we need to go probably like that, turn off the send. We're looking down here and click rig. Straight away we got an error, exception, unknown cat AA. So where's that coming from? Yeah, so it's picking up a, yeah. Right, send, throw, unknown cat command. Yeah, so we need a temporary, we need to take that out of there for just temporary. Commands. Oh, it wants to output the cat command. Hang on then. So iCat command. So it wants to. If not, definition cat command. Try and get value out. So it wants to do that. And right, so we've got a temporary stop it doing that. Definition. So the opcode, actually it's just the opcode we want to send. So if I just do that temporarily here, equals right, it's looking for a cat command. So yeah, this isn't going to do what we want, this little bit. So we'll have to write it. Okay, so let's undo that and create a little bit of a different send. So we're going to rewrite this send command. So we'll have a new send command. That's the one there. I'll put this at the top, and we're going to send the cat command. Send a cat discovery command. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of all this. We're going to write the cat string. So the cat string is string of the opcode. Yeah, that'll do. So we don't need none of this. Yeah, let's get rid of that. It's just going to send it out. Send it out. Write the cat string. Update the send packet. I suppose you could do that if you wanted. Send cat command, cat string packet. Current cat command. Right, that ought to do it. So if we just replace that and go to the definition and stop doing that and do that one instead. Oh, we just replaced that. Okay. Right, let's see what we can do now. Alright. Oh, getting thirsty now. Right. So, we can stop it. We're looking down here. We're going to issue that command. Here we go. Right, for some reason we got too many digits. It's coming back. Yeah, it's gone through them all. Let's have a look. So there's a lot there before we click the button. Let's try and find the first. So what we're trying to do is discover any hidden cat commands. If we can find them. Bloody hell, where's it going? There's loads of them. There's thousands of them. So what we need to do is, yeah, if it comes back with a question mark, it means it didn't understand it. If it comes back with anything else, it means it understood it. Right, here we go. A8. We've got too many commas going out. That's a shame, isn't it? So it's not quite right. So any AA didn't produce anything. AC came back with AC000. Let's have a look in the cat command. Actually, we can just close that down now because we did our algorithm. So it came with AC, which antenna tuner control. Right, let's just make this like that. Push it here and have a look. Right, so we found an AD, no, nothing. Discovered response, yeah, okay, so every time it discovers a response. AI, so AI. Automation, auto information. Right, so it found that. Anything else? BI. Break-in, yeah. BJ now. Anything else? Oh, BY. Call the BY, yeah. We know what BY is. Right, CS. CS, so go down to CS. CW spot. Yeah, so that's built in. Any more? Right, DA. DA, dimmer. Any more? So maybe they're using escape sequence to get to the hidden stuff. Or maybe there is no hidden stuff. FA. FB, yeah, it knows all that. That's fine. They're just normal cat commands. FS. Right, FS. FS. Right. Oh, fast step. Yeah. I just played around here trying to find some hidden cat commands. ID, we know what ID is. IF. Alright, information that is, so that's why it's come up with everything. What else we got? Right, KP. KP, what have we got? Key pitch. KR. Kia. KS. Key speed. LK. Lock. Just looked at my radio to see if it was locked. Oh no, we weren't setting it, we're only reading it. Right, MC. Memory channel. So it doesn't, I can't see anything new. MS. Meter. SW, whatever that is, right. MX. Mock set. Right, OI. There's a weird one. Look at that. Opposite band information. Right, okay. So you can get the band you get the info, and this is the opposite band. So fair play. So you can get the info for the opposite band or VFOB. PC. That's just showing the 15 watts, is it? PL. Speech processor level. PS. I seem to have gone a bit wild here. Some of that. Where's PS? PS power switch. Oh, power switch. This command requires dummy data to be initially sent, then after 1 second and for 2 seconds the command is sent. Before 2 seconds, well, I don't know. Power on and off, if you want to power your radio on and off. RS. Radio status, normal, menu mode. SC, scan, SD, CW break-in time delay, ST. So far that they're all documented. Split. So split 1 is on, it says, according to that. ST1. Right, it says split is on. I don't think I'd puts. Oh, actually split is on. Yeah, I don't know how I end up with split on. Let's turn split off. How do you do that? Hang on. Oh, just press that. No, back again. Press that. No. Go over to split and turn it off. Yeah, there we go. So it was on. Any more before we carry on? STS. TS. No, transmit. On, off. It's off. Oh, it's asking if it transmits on or off. Shouldn't use that command. Or is it TX? Yeah, don't use TS. Because you can actually set your transmit to transmit. If it gets a corrupt packet of data, if you're reading it and suddenly it gets corrupt, it sees parameter 3 lit up with something, it switches your transmit on. I proved it, did it on me. I swapped over to another way of detecting whether it was power output. TX set, radio TX on off, yeah, that's weird. Right, have we finished? UL, unlock the status, so it says 0, so it's PLL's locked. Alright, VD, Vox delay time, VG, Vox gain, VX Vox status on off. Have we finished? Have we finished? Yep, that's it. Right, okay, so we had some fun with it. I didn't find any extra ones, so what a shame. So we don't need that no more. Get rid of that. And get rid of the command that does that. Where did we put it? I don't know. So there it is. Go to the definition. Take that out of there. And put this back, even though we don't really need it yet. What's it doing? Doesn't like the async we put in. Right. Okay, so discovery, we don't need that anymore. So we're back as we were. We've had a look and nothing much happened. Right, let's run it up, see if we haven't broke something. Let's have a look. Right, so we're back on this again. So in case you missed this at the start, we've got a way of changing the frequency. Let's just so let's go to 2. So I'd love to be able to click that and drag it back. So if it found something. So I'd love to be able to drag that back to there. Or click there. There's so much work to do on this. But anyway, we can do... Right, if I want to go to... I don't know. What do you want to go to? You can click any of these now. You can have it on auto as well. I think I fancy the Knight Rider way of doing it. Go there, go there, go there, go there. Right, we can't find anyone like that, so let's go on to the scope. Whoops. I broke it. I broke it. I clicked the wrong button. What I've got to do is, if I'm scanning, I've got to click anything else, it's got to cancel the scan. There's a bit of activity down there. Right, let's have a look. See if we can find someone. Oh, what's it doing? Oh god, I've got scope or scan on. I need to turn that off. Got me wondering what I was doing then. Yeah, so when we're in this mode, we need to automatically turn the scope scan off. Oh, I'm not finding a lot. I know what about today. Wow.
Whiskey America, Sugar 53, Whiskey America.
So you can't actually put that in there at the minute. What I need to do 277, I didn't get it. So I need to be able to double click it to put it in here or something. Or drag that into something else. Just noise, that one. So what we'll do is we'll end up the load. What? Is that enough? Right, so we'll go on to this one.
This is Romeo Norwich Charlie Bravo to engage North America, standing by. Sierra 5-1, Delta X-ray, over 5-1, Denmark.
So I've got an algorithm that scans these. It goes on each one for so many seconds, and once you've found a few.
Oscar, thank you very much. 736, see you again. 4 Lima 5, Ontario. Your name to station on frequency. Again, your name. Over.
So some of them are dead now, they've gone. So you need to be able to delete them. Oh, it's still there at the minute. They're only temporary store, that is. Anyway, I don't know what. Let's have a look at the thumbnail. I think, yeah, I was just showing you that we got the digits working, but it's just another way of getting a frequency, basically. Just another way of changing a band or frequency. You could do stupid stuff like this. If you want to hear some swearing, maybe. Oops. Yeah, anyway, I think I'm a bit tired tonight, so what we're going to do, let's change band. Anyone down here? Oh, let's try and get some Morse. Let's see if we can find a bit of Morse. I want some narrow band, don't we? Can't do narrow band at the minute. Need to put that in there. Let's change to narrow band. Right, let's find some Morse code.
Thank you very much. 783.
Right, let's go down to the bottom. That's it. Go up a digit at a time. Or just move this. Or scan. What's going on here? Oh. I know, I didn't cut it off. Let's find some stronger signals. Yeah, can't seem to find it, so let's go span. Let's come down a bit on the span. So no strong signal. Oh. Don't know where they're hiding. Right, let's try another band. Difficult. Difficult to find anything strong enough. What about 18? Nothing there. Need to be able to turn narrowband on and off without me going here. Really? Nothing there, so what about this one? Too weak. Seems like when I get on the channel, get on the frequency better, it soaks up the energy and dies the signal off. Well, I don't know where to go. Nothing. My aerial's rubbish. I keep saying that. Aerial's rubbish. So yeah, we got spoilt with a spectrum scope on our 7300s or 710 or DX10. We got spoilt, so now we don't want to spend time tuning around. Who else? What else we got? I don't know where the CW is on there. Yeah, we're not going to get no CW, not with that aerial I got. Anyway, so what are we going to do? Probably not a lot. Let's have a look here. Oh, we still got some of these. Oh, we're muted. It's already there. 184. It's already there, look. Won't put it in if it's already there. It's the same as that one.
Italy 2, Whiskey Alpha.
Kilo 2, Kilo Oscar.
We've already got him, I think.
The Hotel Kilo.
No, we didn't. Oh, it's him from
Hotel, Lima, give me
Q8.
a call.
I'll find him. So, anyway, I'm getting tired now.
Okay, I see we have many contacts before Whiskey Alpha 4, Charlie Queen. Your report between 6 to 5 and 7, over. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the call. 756. Tango 9, Bravo, Lima, Oscar. Very loud in Kuwait and nice to hear you. 59 plus 5, over.
Mashallah. Okay, I've had enough. I'm tired. I'll come back on tomorrow morning. So, anyway, we're getting there. We've got a lot to do to stitch stuff in. We've got lots to stitch in. And when we're scanning, if we switch mode, we've got to stop the scan scope. Oh, alright, I'll go before I yawn again. Right, 73, I'm going to bed. I've had a hard week this week. Day job and all, you know what I mean. Catch you all again, and we'll come up with the next stitching more stuff up soon. Got to get this noise blanket, digital noise thing, and then the filters, noise filters on the go. Whatever else, settings, menu. Just stop feature creep. Just get it all working and get it out there. And try and do something here. What we've got to try and do is try and find people. We need a better algorithm. At the minute we're just jumping 500 kilocycles and then going and scanning, taking a sample of the signal strength and going again. So what we need is a clever algorithm that when it sees a difference in, instead of just going there to the end, if it finds something, it needs to stop and tune around it like that. So if it finds something, so it's jumping past, say, one kilocycle, and then, when I say kilocycle, kilohertz, same thing, is it? I don't know. So when it jumps, if it sees a signal strength, it needs to knock itself, temporarily stop the scan and move back and forth, and let you, if you take over, it stops the scan, and then you can resume the scan if you want, or just scan again. But it needs to home in on stuff. So it needs to take the mean value, the threshold here, and if it sees something over the threshold, try homing on it. Like, it'll switch backward and forward till it gets the high point. but over a period of a few seconds it will still keep trying to switch it and listen for longer than just a split second. So it can then say it's either this one or that one. Yeah, and maybe feedback through the microphone. Get the audio library or the audio side of things working out whether it's a voice or whether it can alter the pitch. I don't know. Anyway, I've had enough for one day, so I'm going. So 73, and we'll catch you. Oops, here we go. Come out of a. That's the receive buffer. So we need to put a guard around that. Handle incoming data. It's got to try catch on it, but we need to do something else with it. Oh, I'm so tired, sorry. Right. Anyway, mouse left button click and use the scroll wheel to change the digits. So that's what we've changed. And move this stuff around a bit. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye bye. Catch you later.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation.
That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.